What's the number one factor in personal growth? There's so much. I mean, so many industry, billions and billions of dollars worth of industry around personal growth and personal excellence. The number one factor is humility. When we can understand that it's not about us, that it's not about us personally, personal growth, right? It sounds like I need to grow myself personally. But if we're separating ourselves from the source of our being in thought, because you can't ever really do that. But if you believe that you're a separate identity, separate from the source of your being, separate from the creator, and you're struggling all along, then yeah, it gets to be this slog of trying to be better. But what if, in all humility, we recognize that we are created, that we are the reflection, the expression of the infinite? And in humility, we recognize that we can't ever be separated from that. If we know the source of our being, because humility is acknowledging the source of our being as being divine, as being infinite, as being the source of all. I call it God, call it what you will. That God is the source of my being, that life is the source of my being, that truth and love and principle and mind and soul and spirit are the source of my being. And I can acknowledge the oneness of that, then the expression is built in. Personal growth or individual expression, the fullness of individual expression looks like personal growth, right? So when individual expression is more and more revealed as being at one with God, is looking more and more like the divine character, there's that wonderful quote by Wintley Phipps, who was sort of Oprah's minister, I guess, and someone she leans on a lot for spiritual. But he talks about the reason we were created is to resemble, reflect, and reveal the character of the one who created us. To resemble, reflect, and reveal the character of the one who created us. So if without humility, we're not doing that. Like humility, and Mrs. Eddy talks about in miscellaneous writings in the article The Way, which is one of my favorite articles of all time. She talks about humility is lens and prism to the understanding of mind healing. It must be had to understand the textbook, and it is indispensable to personal growth. If humility is indispensable to personal growth, you ever wonder why? You ever wonder what that looks like? Ever wonder, okay, how does humility fit with, if it's indispensable to personal growth, how does it fit into the picture? Acknowledging your oneness with the divine, your oneness with the creator. It's like in this article, The Way, she talks, there are 3 stages basically: self-knowledge, humility, and love. It's like, we got to understand who we are as a reflection of God. We're not going to do that without humility. And then the expression of who God is becomes natural. It becomes just the very nature of our being. It's not like we're trying to express, we just are. So what are those things that come most naturally to you that are good expressions or expressions of good? What are those talents? What are those qualities that just are natural for you to express? Start expressing those. Start sharing those with others. Start letting God be revealed as your expression. And the whole world will be shifted. The whole world will go up a notch. It's like, the rising tide, lifting all boats. Like, be part of that rising tide. Because, I mean, let's be real. The world needs that right now. So we get to be the rising tide. We get to recognize our oneness with the divine and be the reflection, the revelation, that revealing of the truth, of good, of love, of mind, of principle, of soul, of spirit. You get to be the expression of that because that's who you are. You're not separate from it. So any belief of separation, falsity, put that down right away. It's like, talk to the hand. It's like, no, not doing that. Lots of love, you guys. This was all part of the topic in Morning Metaphys this morning. So if you haven't, I mean, if you're here, you've probably tried it. If you haven't tried Morning Metaphys and you would like to just see what that involves, it's basically a podcast. I guess that's kind of the best way to describe it, because it's coming to you and you get to listen and sort of enjoy. So if you haven't tried it, go to getfreesupport.com, getfreesupport.com, and try it. And if you have tried it and you want to sort of jump in for a month, go to morningmetaphys.com. Morning Metaphys, and it is spelled like metaphysical but cut off. So you get the spelling right. All right, lots of love. Talk to you next time. Lots of love, like really take that in. Lots of love. There's love in your life that you get to be the embodiment of. Be the embodiment of love.